your journal to page 62. You're going to title it Flow of Energy. Then you're going to write down the TEK. 7.5b, diagram the flow of energy through living systems including food chains, food webs, and energy pyramids. Then go ahead and glue in your diagram onto your page. If you need more time, please pause the video. Let's continue on. Okay, we're going to take notes about each of the organisms in our picture. So organism A is producers. Organism B and C are primary consumers. Remember, that means that they are herbivores. Organism D in the flow map is a secondary consumer. They are also known as omnivores. Now, E and F are also secondary. But you should notice that they are carnivores. Now, organism G, on the other hand, is a tertiary. It's also known as a apex predator or top carnivore. Energy is passing through a food web. 10% of the energy is lost as heat. Okay, you can really tell this in the wintertime. When it's cold outside, you tend to want to eat, and one reason why you want to eat is to heat up your body. All right, we're going to come back to this page possibly, but we're going to move on to page 63, where you're going to glue in the pyramid, the energy pyramid that you received. So this is page 63. You're going to glue it in. We're going to go through the notes on this. Okay? If you notice on the top right corner, it says 90% of available energy is lost during the transition from one level to another. It also says only 10% is passed on to the next level. So that means as I move up, we lose energy, okay? All the energy comes from the sun, and then it goes to the producers. And then we lose 10% every time we go up a level. Okay, so if you're looking to consume the most energy, you would need to consume producers. Okay, so there's more energy in like 5 pounds of lettuce than there is in 5 pounds of hamburger. All right, so our first note that we're going to write on our energy pyramid is going to be right under the title here or somewhere over to the side. It says, describes the amount of energy in any given ecosystem available. Okay? Now, the other term you need to be familiar with is trophic levels. Okay? So each of the parts of the triangle represents the trophic level. We go from the biggest part of the triangle to the smallest part. Okay, so the biggest part has the largest amount of population. The smaller part of the triangle shows the smallest population. So we go from large population to small. Okay? Also, we go from high energy down here to low energy. Okay, so remember, down here we have our producers. These are our plants, our vegetables. These are the things we can find in the produce section at the grocery store. They have 100% of the energy from the sun because they make their own energy. From the radiant energy, they transform that into chemical energy, which is glucose. We're going to make a note about organisms, the plants, receive their radiant energy and make, I'm sorry. They transform it to chemical. Let's change that to an arrow. They transform it into chemical energy. And remember, we should include our sun in this picture. So let's put our sun up here. We can't forget about our sun. Remember, that's radiant energy. Remember, energy is not created or destroyed. It is only transformed. Okay, our second level is the primary consumers. I always remember primary consumer is like primary school. That's elementary school. All right, that's the first school you go to. Now, if we're losing energy as we go up, then we would have 10% here. And these are our herbivores. Now, our secondary consumers is this level. have 1%. These are carnivores, but more so are omnivores. Okay, usually these are our omnivores, but sometimes if our food chain is real small, our food web is real small, then they might be carnivores also. Okay, and then up here is our tertiary. And this is the term that we tend to have trouble with, consumers. They are apex predator or our top carnivores. .1% energy. Okay, as we look at a pyramid, remember we talked about the energy moves up. All right, hopefully you can see all of that. If not, I'm going to quickly scan over in case you missed something. Make sure you have it. If you need to pause the video at any time, please do so you can get whatever you missed. And remember, where do decomposers go in this map? So let's add our decomposers. They would be at any level. So they can be down here. They can be at the top. So anything that dies is going to be broken down and the energy returns back to the earth. So decomposers are things like bacteria, mushrooms, cockroaches, etc. Okay? And they bring energy back to the ground. All right, so let's get a view of both sides of our notebook by now and quickly make sure your pages look similar to mine, where you have the TEK written, you have your map. Okay, remember, this was actually a food web and a chain would be something like this. Okay, a chain is just one section. Food chains are also a way to show community and how things are interconnected. So if you would like to write that note, you surely could at the bottom. The food chains are showing even food webs show how organisms are interconnected.